Hi, I'm Jen Zanone. I'm your Republican candidate for Congress in New Jersey's 10th District. On June 25th, I issued a press release asking Donald Payne Jr. to denounce protesters that called for statues and depictions of Jesus, his disciples, and the Holy Family to be destroyed. He chose to remain silent and look the other way. So did most of the media and other Democrats, despite their obligation to stand up for people of faith and denounce these threats by Shaun King. I warned that if no one speaks out, there will be more violence and destruction of churches. When the left not only turns their head to it, but justifies lawlessness, violence, and destruction as simply stealing a loaf of bread because people are starving, of course it will escalate. The Democrats' proposed Breathe Act and Biden's own plan that he just put forward this week removes virtually all consequences to crime. No wonder people are emboldened to break the law, commit violence against others, and destroy property. Mob rule is never satisfied with just their initial goals. Stay silent and eventually the mob comes for you, for our history, for our faith, and for statues of Jesus Christ and the Virgin Mary. It's one thing to remove Confederate statues, legally, of course. But then it's on to our founding fathers, which stand for so much more than the individuals that they depict. And then the mob came for and destroyed a statue of an elk. That's right, an elk, like a giant four-legged antlered animal. Seriously. And now it's not only statues, but Catholic churches from Boston to Los Angeles were set on fire or vandalized, including a fire that gutted a 249-year-old historic mission. In another church, a man drove his car through the front doors, poured gasoline in the foyer, and set it on fire with parishioners inside. Vandals even beheaded a Virgin Mary statue in Tennessee. Any Christian will tell you the Virgin Mary is off limits. And when I heard about the statues of Mary, I wondered, will the mob come for Jesus next? Just like Shaun King called for. And we did not have to wait long. Sadly, Wednesday morning, a statue of Jesus Christ was beheaded inside a church in Florida. This is disturbing. Where is the outcry? Why isn't this being reported in the media? The Christian faith it's shared by people of all races and all cultures across the world. When will our Congressman Payne take a stand for the Christians in his district? My faith is vitally important to me, as well as to millions of Americans across our nation. I still have my grandmother's rosary, and Christianity is about redemption, forgiveness, and love. But do not mistake those qualities for meekness. Jesus himself threw over tables and condemned those who corrupted the faith. He was not afraid to speak out, and Christians now must not be afraid to stand up for their faith and their places of worship. I cannot understand the anger turned towards churches and statues, but I believe that this unobstructed violence detracts from the real issue in our nation of police reform and race relations. The people doing this have a much different agenda than helping those communities that they claim to represent. And that is a revolution to fundamentally transform America, whether we go kicking or screaming or not. And it seems to have no place for God or religious liberty or freedom of expression. And we cannot allow those two wildly divergent goals to be confused. And I also cannot imagine the hatred that someone must feel to desecrate a church and behead Jesus Christ and the Virgin Mary. We must find a way to heal this anger infecting our nation. And it's up to our leaders to do something, to lead. Where is Donald Payne Jr.? Please, somebody tell me that. Write your comments below, and I really would love to hear your thoughts on this and the job that you think our current leaders are doing. I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.